Hi, my name is Chad Kazaretz, and I'm presenting this speech to an operations management team at UBC. Team, as our business continues to grow and expand, our business practices need to develop as well. The increasing cost of doing business calls for an action plan to reduce expenses where possible. A great place to start, I think, would be an implementation of a process that reduces the amount of paper we use. When UBC was not as big, using paper was a cheap and effective way to keep proper documentation. However, the times have changed, and the current process is slowing us down. The following is a proposal for a new process through which we can reduce the amount of paper that we use. First, there needs to be a clear understanding on the volume of paper that the office and the costs associated with that. Next, an analysis of the effectiveness of the current process was conducted, which focuses on the reliability of paper documentation in comparison with electronic documentation, and as well as the timeliness of the whole process. The implementation options will follow the analysis. In closing, I will recommend an option that I think is suitable for UBC's needs. So to start off, I think we need to know exactly how much paper we use and the cost associated with that. On average, each worker uses about 10,000 sheets of paper. Given that 500 sheets is about $6, that's $120 per employee. And at UBC, with roughly 2,000 employees, that's about $240,000 a year on paper alone. And that does not include the cost of filing or the time spent it takes to find documents. The current process requires some employees to make multiple copies of the same document. The accounts payable team in particular must make multiple copies of the same invoice to be filed in the AP filing cabinet and the AR filing cabinet. These invoices can be small, but at times invoices can be hundreds of pages long. And this is an unnecessary amount of paper being used and eats up a lot of working hours. Apart from the accounts payable department, there's still too much paper being used across the table. The following are options I think that can reduce paper. The first option is understanding what documents need to exist physically versus documents that can be saved electronically. This option will teach employees about the paperless alternatives available. This includes making scans of documents and sending them to appropriate folders instead of printing copies and hand filing them. This saves time, energy, and money because less paper is being used. The next option is replacing printers with two-sided printing capabilities. Although there is a large cost to be incurred for new printers, this would, in theory, cut the paper usage in half. Assuming the printers last longer than a year, the cost of the printers will be offset by the savings in the paper. And the third and final option is to enforce a document management policy with the help of a document management consultant. This option would change the overall process of handling paper. And this would be more official than option one, but also more costly. As any of these three options could work, we need to focus on the solution that is appropriate for where we are as a company. UBC needs to lower its costs where it can, but we also want to implement a plan that is feasible and realistic. The reduction of paper usage is complicated because some documents, such as government forms, insurance policies, etc., need to be in physical form. Aside from these special documents, everything else can be electronic. My recommendation is that we go with option one, as this is the most cost-effective strategy. It is also the perfect option for UBC at this point in time. Buying new printers would be too costly, and document management would be a little too confusing. If each employee can develop a clear understanding of documents that need to exist physically versus those that can be kept electronically, we could see dramatic results. As we move into the future, advancements in technology and a better understanding of paper usage will help UBC minimize costs and boost efficiency and reliability. Thank you.